Hi guys, my name is Gina. I am a San Francisco-based classical Pilates instructor, and I'm also a long-distance running enthusiast. In honor of the San Francisco Half Marathon this weekend, I am going to lead us through a 20-minute recovery workout. For today's workout, you're just gonna need a block. Some of us may need 2 blocks. So if you have 2 blocks, go ahead and grab them, and a yoga strap. I was mindful to use equipment that is not quintessential Pilates equipment, things that hopefully everyone has at home. If you don't have a strap, you could use something like a towel, like a hand towel if your mobility allows for it, or maybe an old tie that you don't use all the time. And if you don't have a block, maybe you can grab some books, something that it will either just like bring the ground to you and just something to connect to. So that being said, let's go ahead and let's get started at the back of our mat. All right. You could be in Pilates tripod with heels together, toes apart, or you could be in parallel position, whatever is most comfortable for you. Today is not going to be a super rigorous Pilates workout. It's just going to be a nice, good stretch and recovery. So you can go ahead and inhale, circle the arms up overhead, get nice and long through the waist, feel that beautiful length through the spine. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, round the head, neck, and shoulders forward into our first forward fold. Whether you're in heels together, toes apart, or in parallel position, go ahead and bend one knee at a time. Try and keep your back as still as possible so you feel that stretch through the back of the hip joint. Alternate one leg at a time. Keep the crown of the head reaching towards the center of the mat. Pause with both knees straighten and zip up through your inner thighs, trying to make your 2 legs one. Cross fingertip to elbow so you're in a little ragdoll position. And now keeping your legs as still as possible, try and swing your elbows from right to left knee, finding a little bit of rotation, just a little bit of rotation through the rib cage so you can start to feel that stretch through the back of the hip joints again, just from a different angle. Now pause through center, bring your hands to the mat. If you're in heels together, toes apart, lift your heels and shift the weight so everyone is in parallel position now, and then go ahead and start to walk your hands forward into your first downward dog. Start to pedal out through the feet. Bend and straighten one knee at a time, and really try and reach the extended heel towards the back of the mat to get the stretch through the back of the calf. Try and keep your back as still as possible again here too. Getting that length through the back of the legs. One more to each side. And pause. Lift both of your heels and lower both of your heels. Do that 3 more times. Really feel like you're articulating all the way through the foot, getting that max range of motion at the top. And then articulating through the foot and really reaching your heels towards the back of the mat. One more like that. Lift, lift, lift. Really try and reach the tailbone up towards the ceiling, getting a little bit more length through the low back. And then stretch the heels down in opposition. Ooh, I don't know, I have my mic on. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but I just definitely heard the foghorn here in the city. Inhale as you reach that right leg straight up. And then bend your knee, round your knee to your nose, find your depth in your C curve here. Inhale, bring your gaze between your hands as you reach the right heel up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hollow out the stomach, knee to the nose. Inhale, reach long. Now if you're like me and you have a hat on, you could try and round your knee to the brim of your hat. Keep that as you take the shape forward, and then step your right foot in between the window of your hands. Now, if you have 2 blocks here, this might be where you use the 2 blocks to bring the ground up just a little bit higher, depending on where your mobility is today. I'm gonna go no blocks, but that's totally up to you if you're gonna use them or not. Now, 3 times, inhale, straighten the right leg, pull the right hip back, and feel that big stretch to the back of the hamstring. Exhale, lunge nice and low, and bend your right knee over your second toe. Good, 2 more like that. Inhale, pull the right hip back, straighten. Exhale, lunge nice and low. Try and keep your back nice and long here. Good, 1 more like that. And exhale, lunge nice and low. Now, I like to hop my left foot forward just like 1 inch here so I feel really sturdy on the ground as I start to float my fingertips up off of the floor or the blocks, wherever you are. Start to feel the core kick in here. It becomes the glue of the shape as you slide the hands behind the head. Really try and press the back of your hands into the back of your neck and your neck into your hands to traction here. And then 3 times, inhale as you straighten the right leg. Exhale, lunge nice and low, reach your knee over your second toe. 2 more like that. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now lunge nice and low so you feel that stretch to the front of the left hip flexor. 1 more like that. Inhale. And exhale, lunge as low as you can. Feel both feet on the ground as you inhale, stack the spine. Now crown of the head stays on the ceiling or the sky. As you inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, keep the chest proud as you lunge nice and low. 2 more like that. Go a little bit deeper with each repetition. Good. Keep that right knee reaching over your second toe until you feel that beautiful stretch to the front of the left hip flexor. 1 more like that. Now just pause nice and low. Inhale, reach the arms up, biceps by the ears. Now imagine you have a little beach ball between your hands and give it a little squeeze. Reach it up and then reach it back behind you. Feel that opening through your front body now. Inhale as you start to stack the spine. Exhale as you round forward. Frame your front foot. Now let's transition through a plank here. Step the right foot back and find your good posture in this position. We're just gonna hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hike the hips. And then go ahead and send the left leg straight up towards the ceiling. And then bend your left knee to your nose, finding your first C curve. 3 more here. Inhale, reach the leg nice and long. Exhale, bend your knee to your nose. Inhale, find length. Exhale, find your knee to your nose. 1 more just like that. Inhale, stretch to the back of the left leg. Exhale, hollow out the stomach, tap your knee to your nose or the brim of your hat, and then take the shape forward and bring your left foot in between the window of your hands here. Good. Hands come to a block or to the floor. 3 times. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend nice and low. Now you know where we're going with this, so you know that this is all preparing you for the next exercise, right? So good. Find the depth in the stretch with each repetition. 1 more just like that. Lunge nice and low. Now again, I always like to hop my right foot forward just like 1 inch so I feel really sturdy with both feet on the ground. As I start to hover my fingertips off of the floor or the blocks, bring your hands behind your head. Use your hands to help traction your neck and get as long as you can from the crown of your head to your back heel. And then 3 times, inhale as you straighten. Exhale as you lunge nice and low. Find depth in each repetition. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge lower. Keep the right hamstring energized to feel that stretch to the front of the hip. Good, lunge nice and low. Pause. Inhale as you stack the spine, roll yourself on up. Now 3 like that here. Inhale as you straighten. Exhale, find depth in the stretch. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge. Last one, inhale, straighten. Make this your lowest lunge on this side yet. Now really keep reaching that right hamstring up towards the ceiling so that right leg is perky. Inhale as you bring the biceps by the ears. And then exhale, squeeze the imaginary ball and round yourself back. Give the ball back to, I want to say the wall behind you, but I'm outside. Now inhale as you start to stack the spine and exhale, candy cane yourself forward. Frame the front foot. Now sweep the left leg back. Find your one-legged down dog and then bend your left leg. So you're pulling that left heel to your seat and feel like you're drawing circles on the ceiling or the sky with that left knee. I like to imagine I'm like a little tin man and I'm oiling up the hip joint here. One more in this direction, and then reverse the circles for 5. Make the circles as big as you can with that left leg. Find a little bit of opening through each degree of rotation of the hip. On the last one, you could go ahead and pause and bring the left foot to meet the right. Reset with the downward dog. And then lift the right leg up. We'll do the same thing on this side. Bend the right knee. And then draw circles on the ceiling on the sky for 5, 4. Keep that left leg and left side nice and still so you find a nice authentic stretch on the right. One more in this direction. And then reverse it for 5. Again, try and find an opening through each degree of rotation of the hip. One more in this direction. Good. And then pause. Bring both of your feet together. Keeping the back of the legs nice and straight, go ahead and tiptoe your hands forward so you're in your next forward fold of class. Slide the hands down the back of the legs, reach as low as you can. Hopefully you can reach for your ankles here, and then pull your forehead to your knee. Bring your hands down to the floor, and no fancy transitions today. We're just gonna go ahead and lie down flat on our back. Good. Now with your knees bent, go ahead and walk your heels in pretty close to your bottom and just give yourself a little hip flexor stretch on the right side as you pull your knee into your chest. Slide the hands behind the hamstring and then 3 times bend and extend through the back of the leg. Try and straighten through the back of the kneecap with each repetition. Straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling and pause. Now keep your head, neck, shoulders, and right hip down onto the mat as you walk up as far as you can up that right leg and try and straighten through the back of the kneecap here. Flex and point the foot for 3. Start to draw circles in one direction with the ankle. Feel that big stretch. Already this is a big stretch. And then start to draw circles in the opposite direction. Just one more. Now pause through center. Inhale as you curl up through the head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale as you settle your stomach into the mat and try and straighten through the back of the kneecap a little bit more. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, pull your straight leg to your face. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, pull your straight leg to your face. Now keep your knee to your nose. Do you see the pattern here? And go ahead and flex and point your foot for 3 and 2. Much bigger stretch now that we have the head lifted. One more. Good. Now start to draw circles in one direction with the ankle. Keep pulling your straight leg to your face. And then reverse the circles for 3. When you've done your 3, pause through center. Try and take your straight leg with you as you lower your head down towards the mat. Straighten out that left leg and bend the right knee into a tabletop position. Left hand goes to the outside of the right knee as you twist into a supine twist. Right leg goes over your center line to the left. Right arm goes out to a T position. And then look over your right shoulder. On your next inhale. And on your next exhale, pull the lowest part of your belly up through your upper back. And feel like you're wringing out a towel, getting that nice twist through your spine. Inhale as you guide the hip back through center. Now give yourself a proper hip flexor stretch here. Really pull that knee towards your armpit. And then grab the yoga strap. Straighten that right leg up towards the ceiling. Place the ball of your foot in the strap. And then choke up as far as you can on that strap and straighten through the back of the leg. Flex through both of your heels. That left foot is mimicking standing on the ground. It's working so hard. And then that right heel is reaching up towards the sky. 3 times, inhale. And exhale, pull your straight leg to your face. Inhale. Give your weight to the mat as you pull your knee a little bit closer to you. Last one like that. Inhale. Exhale, tug. There's the foghorn again. Bring both of the straps to the right hand. Left hand comes out to an A-frame. Exhale as you reach that right leg out to the right, getting a stretch through your inner thigh. 3 deep, complete inhales. And deep, complete exhales. Cross the leg over your center line. Bring your left hand to the handle and bring your right hand out to an A-frame. Keep the right hip heavy on the mat for just a breath. Then you can start to look over that right shoulder and guide your hip over your center line, just finding a little bit more depth in the twist now that we have a straight leg and a little bit of assistance with the strap. One more big breath here. Bring your gaze back up. Excuse me. And inhale as you guide the hip back through center. Both hands back to the strap. And then through center, inhale. And exhale, pull your straight leg to your face a little bit more. Carefully take the strap off of your foot and guide the right heel back down. Notice if one leg feels longer than the other. Good. And then after all of that twisting, just go ahead and lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Make sure that your body is nice and square and that you're centered off on the mat. Place the strap off to the side for just a beat, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and bend your knees as if you're gonna lift up into a bridge pose here, but we're not going to. Bend that left knee into your chest. Give yourself just a gentle little hip flexor stretch. We'll get the chance to do a bigger one in just a moment. Slide the hands behind the hamstrings and 3 times bend and extend. Use your internal architecture to try and straighten through the back of that kneecap a little bit more. Straighten through the back of the leg and keeping your head, neck, shoulders, and left hip down onto the mat, start to walk your hands up as high as you can on your straight leg and 3 times flex and point the foot here. Now you don't have to find the biggest flex and point you've ever done because you guys have already done a ton of hard work here, and you know we're going to get the chance to do another set in a second, but try your very best and find more depth with each round here. Now start to draw circles in one direction. Start to draw circles in the other direction. Pause through center, straighten through the back of the kneecap, and inhale as you curl up through the head, neck, and shoulders like you're trying to tap your nose to your knee. Exhale, pull your straight leg to your face. Inhale, curl up a little higher. Exhale, settle your stomach as you pull your straight leg in. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, pull. Now, 3 more times. Flex and point the foot 3 times. Should be a big stretch at the ankle now that we have the head, neck, and shoulders lifted. Draw circles in one direction. Draw circles in the other direction. Good. Now take a look at your kneecap here. Can you straighten through the back of the knee a little bit more? Oh, big stretch after a run. Take your leg with you as you guide the head, neck, and shoulders back down. Straighten out that right leg and then bend your left knee into your chest for a deeper hip flexor stretch here. Really avoid the rib cage and pull your knee towards your armpit. That left leg comes up into a tabletop position. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left hand out to an A-frame as you twist the left knee over your center line, coming into a supine twist. Look over that left shoulder. Keep wringing out the towel, that's your spine. Bring your gaze back through center. Inhale as you guide the knee back through home and grab that yoga strap and place the ball of your foot in the strap. Straighten the legs straight up towards the ceiling. Choke up as high as you can on the strap and exhale as you pull your straight leg to your face. 3 big breaths here. Keep reaching long through both of your heels. With each exhale, give your weight to the mat. Transfer your left hand to the straps and your right hand out to an A-frame. Exhale as you open up that left leg out to the left and stretch through your left inner thigh. Guide the hip back through center. Bring your right hand to the strap and your left hand out to an A-frame. Keep your left hip down on the mat at first, and I want you to really keep your hips anchored so you feel that stretch to the back of the hip joint, through the outer glute, through the IT band, and through the heel. Keep straightening through the back of the kneecap. And then look over that left shoulder and let your left hip twist off of the mat as you reach the left heel over to the right, deepening the twist. Keep trying to exhale the lowest part of your belly up through your upper back to deepen the twist. On your next inhale, bring your gaze back on up. Fill up the lungs as you guide the hip back through center. Both hands back to the strap for just a beat as you pull your knee to your nose. Pull that straight leg to your face. Go ahead and slide the yoga strap off. Place it off to the side. We're done with that guy. Simply just roll yourself on up to seated. Now, if you have a second block, you may want to use it and take a seat and sit up on the block if your low back or your hip flexors are like really crunchy right now. If not, if you don't need it, don't use it. But I want you guys to bring a block hot dog wise. Maybe you start with it in between your knees. If your mobility allows for it, you could bring it a little bit further forward. Wherever you are, let's go ahead and take a moment to reach for the tops of our toes and pull them back to you so you're really flexing through the feet. When your heels are lazy, your bottom is lazy. And for this spine stretch forward, I do want your bottom to support you and keep your posture lifted. So go ahead and reach those two arms forward, bring your head into the window of your arms, and then grab the block and find a spine stretch forward. Press the heel of your hands down into the block and imagine my hand is on your low back and I'm telling you to exhale into my hand. Stretch. Leave the block where it is. Start to stack the spine, grow tall. Inhale and exhale, round yourself forward. Grab that block and move it 1 inch forward. Press the heel of your hands down onto the block to feel like you're inflating your low back in all 4 directions. Leave the block behind as you grow tall. Let's do 4 more like that. Inhale up, exhale, stretch forward. Grab for the block, move it forward 1 inch. Press the heel of your hand down, feel that opening through the low back, and stack through the spine. Inhale up, exhale, peel forward. Grab for the block, move it 1 more inch. Press down to open and lengthen, and roll yourself up. 2 more. Inhale up, exhale, round forward. Feel like there's more space between each bone in your back with each repetition. Come up. Last one. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Move that block, find your potential, find your max destination. Press down through the heel of the hand to open through the low back. Roll yourself on up, and then simply just come into another downward dog, flip over. Good. We're gonna finish off with some simple pigeon poses. We all should be familiar with this here. Good, take the chance to pedal out through your feet again. Give your feet some love after all the hard work that you guys just did. Pause with both heels reaching down. Inhale as you reach that right leg up towards the ceiling. And then bend your right knee and come into a pigeon pose on this right side. Walk the left foot back. Now here, for some of you guys, you may actually want to use that block and place it underneath that right hip if that's what your mobility needs for today. Wherever you are, go ahead and tent your fingers and feel like you're getting a little bit of an opening through your front body before you exhale, and just let your hips be spaghetti and stretch onto the mat. Good. 3 deep, complete inhales and deep, complete exhales here. Let yourself get a little bit longer on the mat with each exhale. 1 more. Let those hips relax. They've done a lot of work today. Start to walk the hands back. Look over your left shoulder and bend the left knee. Now be gentle here. And then start to just carefully use your left hand to pull your left heel to your seat a couple times, getting a stretch through the front of the quad. And then find your max destination here. And then 3 big breaths. Inhale. Exhale, pull just a little more. Inhale. Exhale, pull just a little more. Inhale. Exhale, pull just a little more. Go ahead and carefully let your left leg go. Return back to facing front. Tuck your left toes and sweep your right leg up towards the ceiling. And we'll do that same thing on the other side. So inhale as you reach that left leg up. Bend your left knee and come into a pigeon pose on this left side. Walk the right foot back. If you use the block on the other side, go ahead and use it underneath the left hip now. Tent the fingers, press the mat away, and open up through your chest and your front body. Think of that as extra surface space as you start to walk the hands forward. And let your hips be spaghetti. With each exhale, get a little bit longer in both directions on the mat. 2 more deep, complete inhales and deep, complete exhales. Tent the fingers, start to walk the hands back. Open up through your front body. Look over that right shoulder, bend the right knee, grab for the ankle, and then just 3 times, very, very easy breezy, pull the heel to the seat. And then pause, pull the heel in, but be gentle. Now 3 big breaths, this is where you put in the work. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, pull the heel to the seat. Now use your right hand to carefully release the heel. Return your gaze back forward. Good, tuck the right toes and find length as you reach the left heel up towards the ceiling, or the sky in my case. Bring both of your heels to me. Let's go heels together, toes apart at the back of the mat. Glue the legs together, keeping the hips nice and quiet as you tiptoe the hands back into a forward fold. Last forward fold of class here, guys. Grab for your ankles. Why don't you bend the knees a little bit like you're reaching over your second toe. Let your chest come to your thigh and your head fall. And then send your hips up towards the ceiling. Try and keep your chest to your thighs and I guess your hat on your head as you straighten through those legs. And then carefully start to roll yourself up 1 bone at a time. Keep the biceps by the ears so you're nice and long. Good. Reach long through the waist. Bring the arms out to a T and imagine you're like a human wine cork as you send the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. And you guys are all done for the day. You're officially all done for the day. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to recover with me. Again, my name is Gina Soberanis and I am a classical Pilates instructor based in San Francisco. If you want to practice with me in person or you would like to continue to work with me online, make sure to follow me on Instagram at gina.sf.pilates. That is where I post the updates of my whereabouts and the new classes that I will be uploading to YouTube. Regardless, I am so proud of you. You did a really hard thing and you should be really proud of yourself today. Now it's time to go and celebrate. I'll see you guys next time.